Hello everybody, welcome back to the Redmen TV and your player ranking show. After Liverpool put away West Ham United 5-1 in the Carabao Cup to reach the fourth round, where we now know we will take on Brighton and Hove Albion away from home, of course. Yeah, not the easiest draw in the world, could have been harder, but yeah, could have been more straightforward as well. Let's dive straight into this then. Kevin Kelleher concedes a goal, obviously got 1-0 down. Absolutely nothing he could have done about that goal though. I think it's fair to say, I think everything else he dealt with pretty well, pretty calmly, like he so often does. So where are we going to put Keeve? Please let me know in the chat. I mean, Boss feels like a stretch considering it was quite a quiet night for him, really. Upper sound from Reece Williams. Hi Reece, hope you're getting on. Sound at Morecambe. Let's go there for Kelleher. I think that's what it is. Even bordering on Boss feels a little bit high. Did nothing wrong, don't get me wrong. But yeah, just a quiet night at the office really for Kelleher. Good on the ball. He always is good on the ball, isn't he, more or less. He was a little bit shaky early on the weekend, but yeah, I thought he was pretty accomplished, like so often. Conor Bradley. Somebody mentioned Conor Bradley a moment ago in the last show, and they weren't, yeah, thought he had a difficult night actually, Conor. So what do we think in this one? Showed his want, and it probably is his preference really to get forward and get involved in the final third, I would say. Had a couple of moments here and there. Defensively, yeah, it was tough. A lot was asked of him, I think it's fair to say. I'm not sure he did too much wrong, really. I mean, Crescencio Somerville is a properly tricky customer. There was that moment in the first half whereby a ball's played over to him and he brings it down absolutely superbly. So yeah, not at his best, it's fair to say, not his most influential. But again, come back to what you spoke about again before, not a lot of these lads have played a lot of footy up until this point. It was the first proper run out for a lot of them. So I wasn't expecting the world, and I think the majority of them did pretty well. So I think we might be seeing quite a few sounds. Reece Williams is really having it though. Lower boss. No, I'm happy with sound. Jarell Quansah back in the side after being hauled off at half-time at Portman Road. I thought he was good. I thought it was interesting when Mikel Antonio came on, how they immediately got in that major tussle. Quansah actually ended up dragging him down by his collar, basically, and gets booked for the privilege as well. But yeah, I thought Quansah was good, again, as he so often is. But yeah, and did he do enough to sort of get into the thinking of Arna ahead of like the weekend and Premier League games to come? Maybe not, but he definitely did enough to show that when these sorts of games come around and when maybe the stakes aren't quite so high as Champions League, Premier League, he's more than ready to be called upon. I'm not sure anybody doubted that, but when he hasn't been seen since that game at Ipswich Town, really, I think a lot of people started to come into question about where he was at. But he's at being a very, very good level Premier League footballer for this Liverpool squad. And I think he showed that again tonight. Comes in against a difficult opponent, tricky customer in Mikel Antonio, and deals with most of what was thrown at him pretty well. So I was pleased. Quansah, low sound. More sounds. Next to Kelleher. Bradley was sound as well. Yeah, couldn't do anything. Oh, I mean, I didn't even mention your own goal. That's how little he could have done about it. Endo just chips it into his shin. Yeah, very unfortunate for that. I'm not going to hold that against him. Let's go alongside Conor there for you, Jarell. Next up then, who have we got? Joey Gomez. Joey Gomez. Which we tend to, yeah, we do, and I think we forgot that last season because he was so brilliant last season, Jarell Quansah. I think we all just thought, well, this is the second coming of the best centre back in the world, so just watch him go. And there are going to be bumps in the road for somebody like that. I think he's had his first major bump, and he's dealt with it, and he's moved on, and now he's back being involved, which is good. High sound, he was solid. Joey G, boss, says Dickie. Baloo says sound. Captain for the night, Joey G. And them shouts for shoot started creeping back inside Anfield towards the latter stages of that game. We need to knock that on the head early doors. But yeah, I thought he was good. Wasn't handball. None of the handball shouts were handballs. Like West Ham had about 6 penalty appeals, and all of them were just nonsense. But yeah, thought Joe was good, and obviously good back in at centre-back, because so much of his season last year, where he was brilliant, I think he played 51 times last season all in all, which is something in itself for Joe Gomez, who's been starved of that amount of football for some time now. Was so much of that was at left-back, so to see him back in what was his almost out-and-out position when he was younger, playing well again was really, really refreshing to hear. So, yeah, great team in the middle. I didn't even read that. Yeah, nice. Stop shouting, shoot. Joey was high sound, captain for a while. Yeah. Okay, yeah, high sound then, Joe. I think we're pleased. I think we're happy with Joe. Should we go there? Oh, nearly fell. Let's go there for Joey. Left back, Costas. Where can't I find? There you are. Head first on the floor, like you spent most of the night. Hilarious, wasn't it? How did he do? I was a bit disappointed with his corners early doors, to be honest. I know the first one causes a few problems, but the second one's a shocker. Really, really deep, really, really poor. High sound from average GT. Costas low sound. So much is like frustrating about him in the same thing. You're messing from Sam Lynch, that's harsh. That moment, the diving header moments you're messing, but other than that, it was fine. Costas low sound. Low sound, you're messing. Costas sliding header, yeah. Sound diving header, boss. Okay, let's do it. I think he was a lot of the threat from West Ham was the opposite side, Conor Bradley's side, so I don't think he was quite so busy. I thought he offered himself well down the left wing. He offers that balance, doesn't he, so often. He actually gets involved in the build-up for the first goal as well. I think he has a hand in that, so yeah, okay. And again, perfect for these sort of occasions, I guess, really. Low sound, especially on the counter. Made a lot of bad decisions and passes. Lovable, okay. People aren't having. Costas. Let's go sort of there for Costas, I think. Had his moments, had his iffy moments. Let's pop in there for now. Wataru. Okay, let's do it. Wataru Endo. Got better as the game wore on, is what I'd say for Wataru Endo. I thought he started the game poorly. Actually, he started the game like a fellow who hasn't played a lot of football recently, gives away a free kick when he's a bit late to a challenge. And yeah, I don't think, caught in possession once or twice as well. Thought he struggled early doors, but I think he got better. Solo says Endo was decent, always put in a shift. Second half better than first. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Endo always gives 100%. High sound. Yeah, no one will ever doubt his commitment to the cause, absolutely not. Low boss, second half especially. Endo sound, had some iffy moments. I think the iffy moments were ironed out after half time, I must admit. I think he was part of the reason Liverpool took complete control of that game in the second 45. I think for periods in the first half, West Ham couldn't get out of their final third, and that was due to Liverpool trapping them in. The pressing was really good as well, and I think second half Endo was a key component as to why that very much remained the case, and if anything, got accentuated a little bit more actually. So yeah, I was pleased with Wataru. Endo high sound, I think he was high sound. Wataru Endo was high sound, had some delaying passing, did his job in the end, grew into the game. Okay, boss. I think, well, not boss. I think we have our place. I'm going to pop in there because there's a lovely little spot for you. Let's do Curtis, and then we'll move on to the front four, shall we? Let's do Curtis Jones. Not too dissimilar to Wataru, actually, in a lot of ways. I thought he started the game off it a little bit and clearly lacked that match sharpness, that match awareness, that match rhythm, and understandably so, given the lack of game time that he's had. Yeah, but I thought second half, when Liverpool were dominant, he was really good, actually, and having lost it once or twice in dangerous areas in the first, he was getting out of those dangerous areas much more effectively in the second, and obviously gets that lovely assist for Diogo Jota. So yeah, I think it ended up being a pretty good night for him, and the sort of night he probably needed as well. Not just the minutes in the legs, but actually putting in a performance and showing that he is a viable option for Arne Slot moving forward, because I'm not saying people were starting to question that, people probably were, but when you don't see it very often and you're not quite sure how it looks, it's easy to fall into that trap. But make no bones about it, he is one of our genuine midfield options. So I was pleased. Michaela, sorry. Jones, boss in second half, looked close to his best. Curtis, boss, low sound, needs to release the ball. Yeah, that releasing the ball thing remains a thing. I do think that's a trait and almost a bad habit in his game that creeps in when he isn't quite 100% sharp. And unfortunately for Curtis Jones, he spent much of his Liverpool career, this is going to sound really bad, being not quite match sharp. Because if he can't get a set run in the side because Liverpool's midfield is set in stone, it's brilliant, or he's coming back from an injury, or the form isn't there to warrant picking him week in, week out, whatever it is, it always feels like he's trying to get back up and running, trying to get his own game into the place that he wants it to be. And I think his sort of default position, his reset is, I'm on the ball, I'm going to keep the ball, I'm going to keep the ball, and you don't have time for that in the Premier League or indeed in these sort of games tonight. So I think you're right. I think, yeah, that's a good point actually, Emma. Maybe we are being a little bit negative, but this show always falls into that, and I don't think Liverpool were perfect. We won 5-1. Obviously, a lot of the goals, the flurry of goals came late on the game, but Liverpool were really good, and ultimately, we're in the hat. We now know we're going to face Brighton. All is well with the world, but it wasn't a perfect performance. It wasn't a perfect performance. From Curtis, though, I'll move Joey over a little bit, and I'll put Curtis alongside Wataru there, because I thought it was first half, second half, first half, second half. Likewise. Okay, where's Federico? Maybe a bit more positivity around Federico Chiesa on his proper debut, first full debut, whatever. Really good, really good. I thought lively, sharp, absolutely desperate to make an impact, always wanting the ball, always willing, always an option. Obviously he gets the assist, in inverted commas, for Diogo Jota's first goal, the equaliser as it was, and just, I said it a moment ago, the absolute brass neck of the fella to try that in that circumstance from that range is just preposterous, quite frankly. So yeah, I'm here for him. Other than the assist, I presume you're talking about Curtis Jones. Boss Chiesa just shows how good we are in the outstanding performance and still, yeah, 100%. Chiesa, low boss, without any doubt. Yeah, I thought he was really good, actually. And all the things you'd want, I guess, from Federico Chiesa. I think he's such a gift to this Liverpool squad because he is such an X factor to it. We don't necessarily need him to be consistently brilliant. It'd be boss if he is. But he is just that extra bit of quality, that bit of a live wire, that unknown entity that nobody can really work out, and he might just get dropped into certain games, certain situations, and teams are going to be like, oh my God, we've got to deal with this lad as well now. And that was proven because the two standout moments tonight for Chiesa are an overhead kick and a nutmegs. Like, yeah, that's something, like, in itself, that X factor, that unknown, what's he going to do? Yeah, I'm here for it. High sound, like his confidence, high sound, Chiesa, boss. Okay, let's pop him. Ooh, let's pop him there. Is that low enough, boss? Tell me if that's too high. I thought he was good though. He's exciting. Jets, he is exciting, absolutely exciting. And he will improve. And I wonder, I hope he doesn't lose that unpredictability. And I'm not saying he will, but I think often players, this is not just a Liverpool thing, by the way, this is a worldwide football thing. Often players, when they get taught and coached a certain way with a certain manager, they lose a little bit of that edge that made them what they are. And I hope Chiesa doesn't lose that. I'm not saying Arne Slot will coach it out of him, by the way, I'm really not. I just want him to keep that free-spiritedness and just that guessing and just off the cuff, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Let's go to the front three and let's deal with Darwin Núñez. I thought he was quiet, actually, Darwin Núñez. Gets an assist late on in the game, but I don't think he was at the forefront of everything Liverpool did necessarily. Thought he worked really hard. There's a moment early on in the game where he's chasing down the corner and he wins the ball back for us. So yeah, good night's work for Darwin. I just don't. Yeah, we're not talking boss levels, are we? I think we're talking mid-sound, to be fair. Gets an assist as well. And there's a lot to be said for working hard. There's a lot to be said for being a willing runner and pressing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Good night and a good shift. Exactly that, a good shift for Darwin. Interesting to see what it means for the weekend when it comes to starting. But I think he's probably one that just needs more minutes in his legs because up until the weekend just gone and tonight there's been a lack of that. So yeah, good night's work for Darwin. He'll sleep sound and he's in sound, which is good. Michaela says underrated performance in her opinion, but sound, yeah, underrated, fair enough. And again, just going about your work and being an effective part of what is a very sort of firing front line. There's a lot to be said for that. Boss by far. What do you think of Jota's season? Yeah, but Darwin's work rate second to none. Okay, good. Jota's season's been okay. Tonight's goals helped a lot. We'll do Jota, because we've got two lads who scored a brace to come. Diogo Jota, the important goals really, the goals that mattered, and that's not to say Cody Gakpo's didn't, because clearly they do, but the equaliser, and it's just so Diogo Jota, that equaliser for me, it really is. And of course the goal to get us in the lead as well is a lovely finish. They're both good finishes in their own right, very, very different, very contrasting in style, but he is so the guy to be on the end of a failed overhead kick inside the 8 or 6 yard box rather, and jumps far clear of anybody else around him, despite being about 1.5 foot smaller than them all, and heads home. Just Diogo Jota doing Diogo Jota things really. Boss man the match, boss for Jota, boss. I'll get me man the match card out actually. Jota needs a break here. Maybe it is just a break thing for him. Right place, right time, typical, yeah, 100% that. Let's put Diogo there, because there's loads of space for him, and yeah, he's just brilliant, isn't he? Get me man the match card, because I'm going to need that in a second. It's a long way on the floor, that. It's a long way on the floor. Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo. This guy. Sorry, I thought seeing somebody who hadn't done then from the starting 11. Yeah. I thought he was good all night, actually. There was some Cody Gakpo slander going on social, which I wasn't pleased with. But I thought he was good all night long. And then caps off a good performance with 2-1 very well taken goal and a second goal. And the first goal is trademark Cody Gakpo. That's the sort of goal I expect to see him score time and time again for Liverpool. And hopefully that can start to happen now. Cutting in from the left, firing home. And he hits the ball clean. Real clean. Yeah, so let's talk about Gakpo and where to put him, but more importantly, let's decide who, go on, spin it, man the match is. So, Jota was boss. We're going to go boss. What I'll do is, I'll put Cody Gakpo there, like a similar level of boss. I'll just drop Chiesa down a touch to there. Let's go Gakpo and Jota, similar boss levels, and I'll leave enough room for man the match in the middle, and then we'll decide from there. Okay, right, let's do this. In the next... Oh, there's a lot of... In the next 20 seconds, if we could all just say Gakpo or Jota for this, and I can do it, and then we'll do the subs, and then we can all go home. Nice one. Boss for Cody. We've established he's boss. I'm fine with that. I'm just going to wait a second for it to catch up. And then whatever I see the most of, I'll go with that. We've got a Gakpo. Share man the match with Reece Williams. Gakpo. Jesus. Jota. Oh, now we've got like 5 Jotas on the spin. Are you messing? Got a rogue Endo in there as well. Gakpo. See, the problem is I would have awarded Jota man the match, and I actually did. Because I did it a few minutes to go in the game. But it felt like Jota got the big goals. Like, yeah, I'm going Jota, you know. Luke's just said it there. I'm going Jota. I love Cody Gakpo. But tonight, Diogo Jota gets the goals that clinch the game, really. And, you know, the 4th and 5th in the 5-1 win are nice, but they're not game-breaking goals, are they? So we'll move Cody over a little bit. We'll give Diogo Jota man the match tonight. Richly deserved for Diogo. There it is. There it is. That Gakpo is brilliant as well. Absolutely brilliant. But Diogo Jota. Let's quickly do the subs. Mohamed Salah comes on. Of course he comes on. Why wouldn't he come on in the Carabao Cup game? And yeah, scores. Because again, scores. Of course he scores. Why wouldn't he score? Mohamed Salah. And was good actually. He took his goal relatively well. Reacted first inside the box, which was good play actually. Conor Bradley instigated a lot of that, and nearly, was it McAllister, I think, the first effort, or Curtis Jones won them. I forget. McAllister's the post a little bit later on. But yeah, good football that. Really good football. Liverpool played some nice stuff tonight in different phases actually. But yeah, Salah fires home. Salah gets his goal, and yeah, what we're saying. Sound? Salah and Mac both boss. Okay, let's do both then. I mean, I'm all for doing this quickly. Both boss. They've got to be lower than them two. So we put them, some stuff there. We'll put them there. They are there. I'm just in the way. We'll put all them sort of in a line with each other, if that's okay. Because sub appearances, you have to do something special to get like there. So let's go with that. Finally, 2 more. Tyler Morton. who is not stuck on paper. No, don't know what you're talking about. Tyler Morton plays, and nice to see him play, really. He played his first football at the weekend for Liverpool this season in the Premier League 2 for the 21s, captained the side, scored, and he's a good footballer. Can I stand here and tell you he's going to be a future Liverpool star in the midfield? No, I can't. I'd be lying to you. But he's a very well-rounded, very accomplished footballer who will come in, and he's very uncomplicated. You know what you're going to get for him. He'll tick over, he'll do a job for you. He's solid. And I thought he was that tonight. I do. And if Liverpool are going to go deep in this competition, the FA Cup, God, even the Premier League and Champions League, there may well be times where we need him to give Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, whoever else a rest, and maybe even start a few games on the way as well. So I'm happy he's ours. One is Jules as well. I was pleased with him. Get Nunes down if that's where you're putting the subs. Where's Darwin? Okay. Down. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Scathing on Darwin. Morton sound. Yeah, Morton high sound. Thought he was slick. I like the word slick. You don't see it enough in football parlance. Let's go. I'm going to put him there if we're all right with that. Nice little trio of subs. And the final sub, Andy Robertson came on, captain decide. And yeah. Anyone got any strong thoughts on Andy Robertson's performance? Because I haven't. I'll be dead honest with you. Got a sound from George, a sound from Reece as well. We're not going to have anyone really in your messing. Costas is bordering on it, but this is like a first this season. The feel that there's always been somebody lower. This might be the highest set of players, and I guess after a 5-1 win, that makes perfect sense. I'm sure he definitely came on. Didn't he? Somebody assure me of that. A lot happened in the past half an hour. He got the captain's armband. I'm sure he came on as captain. Robbo is Robbo Sound. Get yourself home, Dan. Have a pleasant one, mate. Thank you very much. Robbo Sound. Yeah, looks like Robbo came on. Low Sound. Excuse me. Yeah, boss. Gomez is too high, somebody's saying. Where is he? Happy? That's knocked Timmercast down. Look, this is the problem with this. You said, that's also a problem. But when you move someone, more often than not, you're moving somebody else as well. See what I'm saying? Let's go there. It's where can I fit Andy? That's Tyler. Boom. Can't fit in there. Andy's going to go there, and you're all going to have to make do with it because I am done. Done. Tell you. As a Liverpool, 5-1 winners over West Ham at Anfield. Comprehensive, convincing, conclusive. I think another word that began with C, and it was very good. I couldn't think of like a positive adjective that began with C. Class. There you go. Yeah, good. 5-1. Good. Jota 2, Gakpo 2, and Mohamed Salah. What more do you want? What more do you want for your Wednesday night? Liverpool through to the fourth round. We will take on Brighton in the Carabao Cup at what is now known as the Amex Stadium. Was the Withdean, then it was the American Community Stadium, and I'm just rambling at this point. But thank you very much for getting involved as ever, honestly, massively appreciated. With the watch along, the bit before it, the bit after it, all through the night. You guys are the best, genuinely. We will be back on Saturday night for Liverpool taking on Wolves at Molineux. We'll do it all over again. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, thanks for taking part, thanks for not shouting at me too much, it's massively appreciated. You guys are the best. See you soon.